Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Today I read a very interesting article through Rolling Stone magazine online. In this particular article, it was an interview with Andre Ward, and it basically talked about, or he basically talked about his fight with Sergey Kovalev and how he felt about Kovalev, how he felt about a rematch, and some of his proudest moments and accomplishments. The reason why I'm making this video is because these quotes in this interview were just, some of these were just off the wall. It was just crazy what's going through Andre Ward's head. He kind of hinted at retirement. I mean, we've heard that in the past. A lot of people feel like it's a tactic that he's employing to get more money out of a possible rematch with Kovalev. And if the money's not right, he doesn't want to take the fight. Me personally, I think he needs to take that rematch so that he can prove to everyone that he is the better man when it comes to Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev. I mean, he did win the decision, but there was a lot of controversy surrounded in that victory. People are saying that Kovalev won the fight. A lot of people feel like he needs to have a rematch with Sergey Kovalev. I'm one of those people as well. But let me get into some of these quotes that he mentioned in this interview. With regard to how he felt about beating Kovalev, and this is Andre Ward's statement: "No question I won that fight. If a person thought I lost the fight, God bless you. That's your opinion. We can agree to disagree. No big deal. But anybody crying robbery or attacking the judges or the Nevada State Athletic Commission, they've officially gone too far. That's not the first tight fight or close fight that's taken place in the history of boxing. They happen, especially when the best fight the best. It's just amazing to me that, and I'm not just talking fans, I'm talking boxing media, that it was some kind of robbery or that we didn't deserve to win." That's Andre Ward's statement. Oh, man. So, I mean, yeah, he won the fight. There's a lot of controversy surrounding the fight. So, I mean, just have the rematch already, man. We want to see a rematch. Me personally, I feel like the rematch will do bigger numbers. You know, it's funny because Sergey Kovalev said that the pay-per-view, quote-unquote, flopped because of Andre Ward and his boring style. But let's be honest, man. Nobody's paying to see Sergey Kovalev fight anybody. The only times he's had a pretty large audience is when there's a bigger name on the card, aside from his own, you know? So you can't really blame Andre Ward for the low pay-per-view numbers. In fact, he was making more appearances than you were. Like, he was on ESPN. What were you doing, Sergey Kovalev? But anyway, with regard to the rematch, and I'm going to get into another quote, Andre Ward said this with regard to the rematch: "You have to entertain a rematch, and I would love to put my stats on in such a way that there isn't a conversation about who won and who lost. Proving something to people is a tricky thing to get involved in. If we did the rematch, it would be more just to silence Kovalev and silence his team, and to just put a stamp on the rivalry we had. It would be more of a personal thing to me. But the element of people and media having an opinion, that's never going to change. I accept that 100%. It would be more to put a stamp on that and send a message to his team that the first fight really happened, and here we are. We did it again." So that's Andre Ward's statement regarding the rematch. Like I said, the rematch needs to take place because of all the controversy. And, personally, I think that if they fight again, Andre Ward will beat him more decisively. I don't think that Kovalev's going to make any adjustments. I mean, Kovalev is talking about, he's basically talking about switching trainers and replacing his current trainer, which is, if you won the fight, why are you changing up your trainer, man? Kovalev's doing a lot of whining, man. I mean, all this guy thinks about is Andre fucking Ward, man. That's all he tweets about. That's all his Facebook's about. That's all he's talking about in interviews, giving statements. Andre Ward this. Just relax, man. Go ahead and sign that dotted line and just make this fucking rematch happen, man. I want to see a rematch. A lot of people want to see rematch, whether it's for, that they feel that Andre Ward will win this fight again by decision, or they think that Sergey Kovalev is going to knock out Andre Ward. But people want to see the rematch. I want to see that shit in 2017, not any time later. I don't want to see Adonis Stevenson versus either one of these guys. I want that rematch between these two next. And I'm sick of this fucking talk about Andre Ward talking about he's going to retire because, he's accomplished everything that he's had to accomplish in the sport of boxing. That's cool. Matter of fact, I'm going to get into another statement that he released or that he mentioned in this article or interview with Rolling Stone. I'll be honest. I've had a lot of fights in my career, but this is probably the proudest I've been of myself based on how the fight went and having to just show the world, show myself, show my team that I can win a different way. I've never had to come from behind, and it wasn't against a B-class, C-class fighter. It was against who many said was the best light heavyweight, if not the best fighter in the world. I'm happy about the performance. So, from what it sounds like to me, Andre Ward is happy with his decision, but I really don't think he's 100% satisfied with how this fight went. He signed a rematch clause for this fight. It's been brought to my attention that if he were to retire, he wouldn't have to face Kovalev in a rematch. I think he would have to vacate. Well, obviously, he'd have to vacate his belts, and he wouldn't have to worry about ever facing Kovalev again. But I think that's a bitch move. I'm not sure how much he got for the first fight. I'm not sure what he's asking for in the second fight. Obviously, because he won the fight, he gets to dictate terms even more so. He was the bigger name coming into this fight. But, having that win over Kovalev, he really gets to dictate terms now. So there's really no telling what Andre Ward's going to ask for in a rematch. But at the end of the day, he needs to go ahead and have this rematch with Kovalev. One, if he were to retire today, his legacy, I feel like, is shot, man, because that was not a decisive win, in my opinion. He won the fight, but there's just too much controversy over this shit. I feel like more people feel like he lost the fight than won the fight. Me personally, I thought he won a very close decision, and it's those types of fights that warrant, a rematch, or those types of fights that I feel should have a rematch. So I'm looking forward to a rematch between these two, man. And if Andre Ward fucking retires and vacates the fucking belts, man, I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off, dude. But I wouldn't put it past him to do it, to be honest with you. This article, man, or this interview, man, he sounds super cocky in this shit, man. And I'm damn near gonna say fuck both of these motherfuckers, man. Because they both acting like some fucking divas, man. Just make that fucking fight. Pay this motherfucker what he want. And, if Kovalev's really the crusher, you're going to go in there, you're going to knock this motherfucker out. If Andre Ward really won that first fight, if he won that first fight, then he go in here and do it again, man. It's no problem, right? It's easy work. So, hopefully this fight happens again, man. Let me know what y'all think about these two motherfuckers, man. But I'm getting sick of this back and forth between these guys. Drop a comment. Hitman Boxing. I'm out.